W and ultimate got swapped, so let's take a look at everything. Her health growth and health regen both got reduced a bit. For the passive, the doggies now go up to 5 instead of just 3. While before you had 2 at level 1 and 3 at level 9, now you also have 4 at level 12 and 5 at level 15. The doggies also do more damage to towers and monsters, and they take even less damage from AoE now, so this should make her better in the jungle as well. But the damage they do got lowered a bit since they are more now. For the Q, the base damage also got reduced a little for both first and second cast. As for the W, the new W is part of the old ultimate, but it no longer grants the extra range or flat AD, or the shield base damage also as well. But the damage they do got lowered a bit, even less damage from AoE now. So this should make her better in the jungle as well. But the damage they do got lowered a bit since they are more now. For the Q, the base damage also got reduced a little for both first and second cast. As for the W, the new W is part of the old ultimate, but it no longer grants the extra range or flat AD, or the shield on damage, or the reveal area around the cast, but it gives her 2 extra doggies, so you still can go up to 7, but you start with 5 now. And gives her increased AD and a flat move speed buff, and gives her untargetable for 1 second both for her and her doggies. Or the extra range or flat AD, or the shield on them 1 and 2 at level 15. The doggies also do more damage to towers and monsters, and they take even less damage from AoE now, so this should make her better in the jungle as well. But the damage they do got lowered a bit since they are more now. For the Q, the base damage also got reduced a little for both first and second cast. As for the W, the new W is part of the old ultimate, but it no longer grants the extra range or flat AD, or the shield on damage, or the reveal area around the cast, but it gives her 2 extra doggies, so you still can go up to 7, but you start with 5 now, and gives her increased AD and a flat move speed buff, and gives her untargetable for 1 second both for her and her doggies. For the E, the damage got reduced here too, but the cooldown also got lowered by 1 second, and the range is increased a bit based on where you have your cursor. And the ultimate is now the Alt W with some changes, so she now has the dash as her ult. She no longer stops at the first enemy hit, so you can select and go to whoever you want to dash to. This is a pretty big buff for teamfights, and the first takedown lets you recast this ability 1 more time. As for the damage, it is now a lot higher both for base and the AD scaling, and the range is also higher from the start. So those are the changes for the doggy. Riot is trying to give her more skill expression and counterplay, and to have more doggies more of the time, and to also make her viable in the jungle. Let me know what you think about the changes if you are a Naffiri main, and if you will try to the jungle or stick with mid. Leave a like or 7 doggies will spawn to bite you, and thanks for watching.
And if I do in 3v3 right, then I would go for it. And if not, then I wouldn't go for it, right? But this is kind of important to understand as well, right? Which is that you have to think whether your lanes can move first. And if your laners can't move first, if it's no, I would actually go through their lane, make sure they get pushed, and then they can move, right? So if they can move, then usually I think, can my bowling get off? If yes, then usually I would just ping them to be careful now, especially with the new patch. And even if you cannot contest the Grubbies 3v3, okay, you should think about, okay, can your bot lane maybe move? Because if your support can move for some reason, you can now contest. Same goes for if their bot lane can move, but your bot lane can't, then you have to give it, right? So you could just like save this, it's like just, you know, it's like an if and else. And it's very useful to just see, okay, that I have the correct decision making, alright? And let's move on to the next topic. Feeding yourself with good ganks. So basically, honestly, if you're playing jungle, and even if you don't play jungle by the way, this is actually super convenient and useful, because what are the conditions for you to get a good gank? And even if you're iron, you can always replicate these things if you understand how it works a bit, okay? So let's give you some examples so you can understand better what I mean. So right here in this example, okay, I'm gonna go for top lane gank, but remember 3 conditions. It's like 1 ward, 2 wave states, 3 CC. So as I'm like in base or very far away, I will look if he puts a down ward. Boom. He just put down ward here. This is checkmark, okay? Ward. Second thing is wave state. So currently his wave state is kind of bad. Number 3 is like CC. There's 3 bonuses, but I would recommend that this is like the core values that you need to like really understand. 3 others one are like summoners, damage output. I mean damage output is kind of important, but this is gonna take some experience. But usually if the wave state is bad, and have to run very far away to the tower, usually you should have enough damage, unless you're playing like a Sejuani Ord, but almost no one plays it nowadays, right? So usually it's gonna be okay, alright? Right now, I see that there's a ward here, and look at the wave state. It's pretty bad, right? And because I know there's a ward here, okay, there's 1 key ingredient that's missing that I didn't write down, or 2 ingredients, which is gank when they go for last hit, and don't ping on my way. Because when I talk about CC, okay, CC in general should always go first. Imagine he starts seeing me right now, and he just keeps on running, and Rumble starts chasing. I won't be able to kill him, because Rumble won't be able to deal damage, and I have no CC. So what do I do here? I'm waiting for when he goes for like last hit here, and this is the beautiful part, okay? Even the best fucking players in the world, if they go for like a last hit, it's just impossible to look at the minimap. So the only thing he's seeing is this, okay? So as I know, he's looking at this minion here, okay? Technically already showed. Look what he does now. He actually queued him and walked a bit towards him, and then he realized, oh shit, wait, Graves is here. And that small movement, right, is actually enough for him to die. Right there. And now I'll show you the in-game client, how it looks like for him, okay? So right here is the in-game client, okay? Like I said previously, he put on ward here. I just want you to look from Cassiope's perspective. And I'm even zoomed out, okay? So as he sees me, he's like, hold up. And now he's basically dying here. So the thing that I saw earlier, right, is that he actually put on a ward. Right here. I spotted that. And now, basically what I'm doing is that I'm waiting very patiently here. You see how I'm like hugging the wall? And this is a crucial part as well, right? I'm basically hugging the wall so I can like run like this. I would never run like this, because he's gonna run in the end like this, right? So I'm like hugging the wall here and I'm like waiting for the perfect timing. Think about it. Would you rather wait 5 seconds extra to increase your gank to like 85%? Or would you rather go instantly and it'd be 60 or 50%? I think the answer here is pretty clear, right? You definitely want to do 85%, right? Just because of that, I get a successful gank here, okay? And now I'll show you another example. So remember how he covered CC? Look at me, okay? Basically here, you can see that Nautilus is coming from the side, and Zed's coming from the side. What would happen here if I instantly showed here? He would probably walk back, right? And that means that Nautilus can't reach him, and I cannot reach him. So the only laner that can reach him is probably Zed. But Zed does not ultimate. So the question becomes, is he able to solo kill him, yes or no? If not, you will never be able to kill him, right? So if you pay attention to what I do, I'm actually just like pressing S here, waiting for my laners to come close. The moment they came close enough, that's when I show. Because if I would show it earlier, he would maybe already run away and be here, and then Nautilus wouldn't be able to follow, and neither would I. So when you go for a gank, right, it's very important that CC goes first. That way, they're doomed, okay? And back to the presentation here, which is that right now you see like, basically you understand a bit better about like, if you understand where the wards are, and you understand the waves that are good, and you let the CC go in first, and of course like last hit, which you didn't hit, which you should add, right? Which is last hit. You have like a very good system to replicate very good ganks. And basically this is super crucial because it's like one of the fundamentals, and even if you're a laner, this is very important because then you can mind control the enemy team to basically die, okay? And let's go to the next topic. tempo for objective setup. And like I said, there's 6 objectives, sometimes even 7 objectives at minute 20. It's crazy. There's like 6 objectives for sure. So basically it's so important that you understand how to set up objectives. If you don't understand this, you're gonna be a potato, and I'm gonna teach you how to be not a potato. The thing that I always like to do is that I like to press tab and look 130 for objectives for a good base. Why is a good base important? Because if you have a good base, you're basically as strong as possible. So if there's going to be a team fight at objective, you have a higher chance of winning the skirmish. That's why I'm looking for a good base and not going for any random place. It's more important because then you can apply the ping pong first. I explain this a lot more advanced in my Patreon, but I can explain it a bit here as well. But I'll get into it in free plays, okay? And then basically you want to like push and trap. And I can promise you, if you know how to do it, you're going to win so many more games. So I'll show you right now. So example 1. You can see here, I just killed the problem. I press instantly tab to identify, okay, what's the next objective? So now I'm basically thinking, well, do I need the base? I definitely need the base because I'm 1k gold and there's an objective spawn. And if I were to like walk from here to my camps, I probably wouldn't base, okay? So that's why here I probably instantly press B because I recognized, okay, objective spawning in 40 seconds. I want to be as strong as possible and I'll be ready to fight there, okay? So as I go for the top side here, I'm basically thinking, okay, if I want to go for the gribbies, this is second gribbies, I want to make sure at least that my laners can move. And look how I'm pinging. I'm pinging all the way to the gribbies, my top lane is reacting, and you see how I'm even pinging my bot lane in their face, like, yo, I'm getting his attention and I'm pinging him the reason. You see? So now my Alex is going to start moving from the bot side because he knows, okay, wait, my team wants me on the gribbies. Very often, you don't only want to ping all the way. That's usually not enough. But now, because I pinged assistance in his face and I got his attention, I'm basically gonna do the gribbies here. And as my team gets the mid lane priority here, and I see it all on bot side, now officially the gribbies are mine. 130 before the objective, right? I made sure, I mean it's like 40 seconds in this case, but usually you want to start thinking about it 130 before the objective. But right now, as you can see, I have a good base timer. And basically I'm ping ponging. I didn't have to pressure there myself, which means that I didn't have to go personally bot lane to get lane priority, but I'm making sure that my laners understand that they have to move, okay? I didn't have to push and trap this game, but I'll show you in the future an example. And let's go to the next example. This is the next example. So Drake is spawning in less than a minute, as you can see. It's not spawning right now, but it's gonna be spawning like right now, in 1 minute. So it's gonna spawn around 1350, okay? So at the moment, I just want to basically take my topside camps and I want to look to set up the Drake here, right? So as you can see, what I'm doing here is that I am just going through mid lane here, and as I'm going through mid lane here, I'm seeing if I can do something. Let's say if I can't do something, I would simply just push mid lane and take full control here. And that's when I would start ping-ponging. So you might wonder, what is ping-pong? It's essentially just like identify which laner you want to play through, which wave, get to push and rotate to free up the other lane, okay? This is essentially what it is. So at the moment, I would have my Valkyries push mid lane ideally, and then we would rotate together into the bot side, okay? But right now, in this case, we're hunting a Talon, so he's not really pushing mid lane, okay? So we got Talon ultimate here, and because we basically low-key rotated, I'm just taking his camps here, and I'm waiting. And you see how my Poppy is top in here? And they're basically 5-man grouped. Usually in these cases, you don't want to fight. I'm going really cocky here about it, just so you guys know. What I'm doing is like low-key illegal, because my Poppy is getting free top tower. But hey, it works, right? But what I'm trying to explain here just is that if you have good base timers, go through a lane, you have like higher chances of winning objectives in general. And right now, what's going to happen is that my teammates died here a bit. But in the end, I still managed to get the Drake here. I'll show like another example where basically I'll do the push and trap. The third example. I'm basically in the push and trap. So literally the soul point spawn in 50 seconds. Enemies die at 4 items, Omega Crack, Lulu. And they're pretty strong, right? Like the 3-deer against Diego, which is a matchup for them. And right now, it's like not the easiest to contest the enemy team, okay? But right now, basically, I have a good base timer, and now I'm trying to identify, okay, how can I get the highest chances of winning this Drake fight? So I basically know that, like, us going through mid lane is not going to be easy. Because if we go 5 mid, they're 5 mid, and Menar's catching top, they'll probably like keep control here, and it's difficult for me to like get Drake control, right? So instead of going through mid lane here, I decided here to go through bot lane. Right now, I'm pinging my Nar to go mid lane. And as you can see here, I've identified, okay, I want to go through bot, and I want to force someone show on this wave here. If they show on that wave there, we'll have now +1, and we can retake this area and look for a fight. If they don't show, they're losing farm, right? So right now, Udyr was the one like maybe thinking, oh, I want my Gromburger. But my entire team is here, and because of that, I actually, well, we just killed the Udyr here a bit. And I'm just gonna show you guys how I play this team fight. I do think I can teach you guys fundamentals, but just knowing a bit how to play team fights is kind of important as well, right? So, shortly said, I'm playing Diego here, and as Diego in general, you never want to go in first, okay? And as you can see here, there's like a fight here. I'm trying to kill Katrina here. And pay attention right now, okay? Zaya is trying to hit me, and I'm waiting for this guy to get out of his audience, right? So what will I do here? I'm just gonna walk back, make sure I don't take his alt attacks, and I'll just walk back when he's out of his audience. I'm trying to like optimize how much damage I'm receiving and dealing the most damage. It's like a small thing, it's not anything too crazy, right? But it's just something to think about. These small spacing things, people do in low elo, in high elo people do this. So just something to think about, okay? And now I'm gonna show you the push and trap in the next example. So right here, okay? So basically the Baron is up, okay? And I'll just explain you a bit of tempo. So I'll go back all the way back here, okay? So right now my top is dead, my AD carry is dead, my support is dead, and these three are alive, okay? The only person who has tempo is my mid lane. Drake spawned in 50 seconds. I would say that we're slightly behind, and my Sylas doesn't have 2 items. Usually if I measure objectives, I always look at items before objectives, and my Sylas at the moment has no second item, this guy's second item, this guy's like 2.5 items. So I would say that we're not necessarily strong, okay? So in this situation here, I already know that Drake is probably gone because of 2 things, okay? Which is, 1, we are down tempo, we have less items, there's team comp, this is better at fighting. At team fighting, just to clarify. So what do I do right now? I know Drake is Gonzo, so instead of like contesting it, I know, okay, well, you can contest, we should trade. So, do you see how I'm pinging right here? Okay, assist is top side, and I would usually even ping my support if he's oinking around, okay? So, right now they see me. So think from their perspective, okay? They're now thinking, oh wait, maybe they're going Baron. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking, okay, they probably think that we're doing Baron, and I know that they're gonna come probably, so instead of me hitting the Baron, I was gonna trap here. So right now, as you can see, Manar found a very good angle, sent him into the wall, and Zaya died here. And now, because we actually want to push and trap, and the team is getting, you know, kind of screwed over here. And just because of this, right, just understanding, okay, we have burst items, we have more tempo, and, you know, they're just stronger. Now we actually get the Baron because of it. And if you just understand a bit like how to trap, when to trade, all of these things, especially in the new season, is gonna help you so much. It's like, it's gonna be so important, okay? And the last but not least that I have, because this is like the end of the, you know, the objective setups, is this one. I just hope you guys get the breath right. I just hope you guys are gonna get some W's and enjoy the new season. It's gonna be funny, I think. I hope you guys will get the breath. And if you did like the video, I would appreciate if you honestly just, I guess, like it and sub. I wish you a good one. And have a nice, wonderful evening or morning. And I wish you guys all the best of luck and go get a breath. Let's go.